So y'all ever get in trouble? Like, I don't know if this question's been asked, but y'all ever got in trouble for like sampling shit? Or like, what's the process that goes through that? Because do you guys
have to clear pay? Do you guys have to do that? Is that on the artist? Because you got to do it more.
There's that one beat. There's that one beat you had.
Yeah.
It was like it was when you had the tag. Fuck you, Benjii. You had that tag. Doodle it. It was called Good or something.
Was that when you
Beyonce? It was like the
lily pad jump.
I think it was like the Destiny Child sound. Yeah.
But you obviously you have a lot of samples when you're making your little.
Yeah, like the way it works, like industry standard, right? Yeah. The producer, it's not up to the producer for clearance, right? It's up to the artist or the management team or label,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you're putting it out for for like
it's kind of like this. Like I'll give you an example, right? Imagine I had an idea for a beat. I'm like, oh, okay. What if I take this Al Green, Love and Happiness, and sample it?
Right.
And I'm like, okay, let me save this idea in my head and let me see if I can get in contact with Al Green's management team or Al Green himself.
Yeah.
And see if he'll let me make a beat over his original track.
Right.
I'm just some Asian kid from Edmonton. Al Green's not gonna answer to me.
Yeah.
That dude's like 70, 80 something right now, you know?
Yeah.
So it doesn't that's like why like for a producer it doesn't really make sense for him to clear it. Cause that's like getting the main idea out. And like let's say for example, what you call it? You know, me and you are in the studio, I sample this song, right? You record over it, it's all good, right? We're still all good. But it's up until the point where you wanna drop, that's when you're supposed to get it cleared. But generally with clearance, like I said earlier, like there's a gray area.
Yeah.
Right. It's not a gray area; it's a green area. Ooh. So basically,
I feel you.
If you're like an independent artist or like an upcoming artist, and you don't have like the big numbers yet, like 100 million streams on each app, right?
Yeah.
You don't really have to worry too much about sample clearance, right? The reason being is these record labels aren't gonna bring you to court over like $45 on DistroKid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. 1,000%, dog.
Yeah, but like,
I know them ones.
A great example I love to use is Best I Ever Had by Drake.
Yeah.
The story behind that song, Boy wanted to sample that. I forgot what the sample was, right? Gave it to Drake. Drake recorded it, right? They didn't bother getting the sample clear because they weren't at that point yet. Right? So he's like, alright, fuck it. They dropped it. Obviously, everyone knows what happened. Changed everything for Drake.
Yeah.
Right? That was one of the first ones where everyone's like, whoa, that's playing on the radio,
Yeah.
Right? But they didn't get that sample cleared, right? And obviously, when the song blew up, the original sample clearers are going to come back and be like, yo, give me a piece. Right? And at that point, they have leverage because the song's already out.
Yeah.
So they threatened to take it down, and guess what? The clear's over.
Yeah.
Right? So that leverage, they'll be like, yo, I want 80% of all the earnings, or 90%.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Some crazy numbers, like for example, Juice WRLD's
I was gonna say.
Lucid Dreams.
What's that?
Is it Lucid Dreams?
I don't know.
It's Lucid Dreams.
That's Sting.
The Sting sample.
Sting, Shape of My Heart.
sample.
I love Sting too.
Exactly. They came back. I think they took 85% of all the earnings.
Yep.
Damn, Sting.
But-
That stings.
Of course.
But the bright side is, which is why I say like don't worry about sample clearance, is we can look at our two cases here, Drake and Juice WRLD. They both got hit with crazy sample clearance issue, right? But those songs changed their career, so they're not gonna cry over that spilt milk.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Sting can have 85% of this song. Juice went on and made a bunch of other hits,
Just like
right? Just because of that one song.
Right.
Same thing with Drake.
Sets your
I
standard.
mean, Drake
Exactly.
is Drake now.
Exactly, right?
That same thing happened to Cisco, but it was Cisco's fault. It wasn't the producer.
Living
La vida loca.
I saw that video. That shit was crazy.
Came out like 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
I was looking at it. I was like, damn, bro. Shit, you
hilarious.
fucked up.
Yeah, I guess because I always had that question because if you go on, you use a lot of samples.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's crazy. Sometimes I'll be listening. I'm like, this better than the sample, But it's like,
Crazy.
you listen to stuff like that, and it's like, that's always been a question of mine because like I said, I ain't shit, so I ain't never had an issue where somebody's come to me like, hey, that's my song.
Right.
Chances are you never heard it before, right? But it's like for y'all producers. So you're saying producers just get to make as many as they want, samples, don't matter.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's crazy because even like we were going through some beats the other day, and it's just like I was even like. We'd hear a couple where it's like, oh, I was like, that's Brandy, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, let's not rap on that one because I try to get that shit clear. That's gonna be way too expensive trying to do that shit at the end of the day.
I
like,
just booked that.
But that also, like you said though, it makes sense where it's like at that point, like with again Drake, Juice, you put that shit out. If it blows up, all right, nigga.
no, well, it's not.
Give him that 95.
That's what it is.
Give
It's
him
like
that 100.
if you
like
make
Tory
a
Lanez.
yeah, exactly.
Facts.
You go like Tory Lanez and you pay like that last Chicks tape.
Yeah.
He paid out of pocket to do a lot of the fucking sample clearance or to get those guys on to have, you know, a feature and fucking it was worth it in my eyes because that shit is like that's goated like like
it is goated, but it's not the best chick.
no, it's not the okay. Well, you know, it's debatable, but like
what's the best chicks tape?
I say 4.